Good evening, student. This is the fourth part of the chapter Globalization and the Indian Economy, class 10, subject Social Science. Student, in this section, we will start from the page number 62 of your textbook, and our heading is Factors that have enabled globalization. It means that in this section, we will explore about those factors which has increased the process of globalization, or in other words you can say that we will try to understand about the role of the factors in making the more or rapid integration of the globalization or interconnection between the countries. So student, the first factor, the factor which has enabled the globalization is technology. There is no doubt that technology has made a most important role in the process of globalization, in the process of increase of the development of foreign trade and foreign investment. It is the technology which has grown over a period of 40-50 years and has changed the things in favor of the globalization across the countries, across the world, between the countries and across the world. Now, the first factor which is given as an example is improvement in the transportation services. No doubt, student, over the last 50 years, as per your textbook, transportation services has improved a lot. You can easily understand that ever since transportation has improved, the faster and cheaper services for taking the goods from one part of the world to the other part of the world has been possible. As a result, what has been going on, that more and more foreign trade is taking place, more and more foreign investment is going on, increasing the pace of the, as a result, the pace of the globalization has increased. That's number one. To help you understand, student, there is a box on the page about which it is mentioned that the containers for transport of goods. I would suggest you to read it yourself, but in a brief message, I would like to help you understand that what it means. Ever since container has come into the practice for placement of the goods and taking it from one part of the country to the other part of the country, the transportation cost or handling cost has become quite less, and things have become easier to take the product from one portion of the world to other by any means, be it air route or be it water or the road or the railway tracks, whatever is there, whatever means are there, means railway, air, water, means through ship, through aeroplane, through railway or even truck. We have observed that the transportation cost has got decreased, volume of goods exported or imported has increased, and that is how we can see that container making the container possible, use of container possibly has changed uh, the export of the product in favor of the globalization. Means more and more goods are moving between the countries. That's what I want to say. Another example is introduction of the information in technology. If you remember, in the chapter sectors of Indian economy, we discussed that the role of information technology has remained tremendous in the service sector. So you can say that information technology, what it includes telecommunication, it includes computer, it includes internet. Telecommunication, you can say telephone, mobile phone, fax, and telegraph, which is less in practice these days, all are included. These telecommunication has made it possible that now the message can be transferred instantly, and it is possible to get the message from the remote area also. Computer has made the growth in all possible area, there is no doubt, student. And if added with the feature of the internet, it has made things quite easily available, and more services are added every single day. You will be surprised to think about various services what exists today was not existing even 2 or 3 years ago. Like we didn't think about 3 years ago about that we can be getting our favorite food from the favorite restaurant through the website or the app like Swiggy or Zomato. Internet services has provided us to send the text, messages, videos through WhatsApp, through the email, all are being made possible. Video conferencing, these days our Prime Minister is making video conferencing to get the situation of the coronavirus virus related crisis across the country. Video conferencing, along with that there is a online video classes going on. I am posting, uploading my videos through the YouTube. All is possible because of availability of internet services, and as a hardware there are some things that is called computer, or maybe the mobile phone, that can be also included in the same category. Best example is that recently your parents has chosen the electronic medium to pay the school fees through it, be it internet banking or by any other means like e-wallet, like Paytm, Google Pay, etc. Then you can say that there are further example. E-shopping has become quite popular these days. 10 years ago we were not knowing that this we can get our product simply by the means of giving order in the digital format. These days many of us are getting the essential goods without going outside. How it is possible? Through the means of internet. That is how we can say that across the world, when these internet services has enabled us across the world, these internet services has enabled us to make more and more transaction, more and more export and import, more and more foreign trade and foreign investment is taking place. You can also add that e-commerce and e-governance is the new era where we can even lodge our complaint to the police station or any required government department by simple means of going to the official website of that government department. All these are being made possible. On the next page, student, there is an image, seems to be little funny, that it is wanting to give us a message that in spite of that we have achieved everything, all modern means of information technology, all modern science available in our country in the field of information technology, but getting uninterrupted power supply is still a dream for us. It is shown over here that the person having computer is not happy because there is no power supply. That's just to help you realize that it is also the area in which we need to work upon before we are going to claim that we have made truly development for our country. Student, then there is another box in which, let me go to the page number 63 of your textbook. There is another example which is wanting you to understand that how technology has made it possible. In every field, there is information and communication technology has played a major role in spreading out production of services across country, as we have already discussed. We have discussed this in the sector of Indian economy chapter, that information and communication technology is the one factor which has made the service sector to contribute highest in the GDP over the last 20 years. Now let us find how it has been made possible. It is shown over here that there is a news magazine which is published in the London city for the reader of the London. Those who used to live in the London actually read that magazine, but for the designing purpose and printing purpose, the order has been given in the Delhi. One of the office dealing with this issue has got the order to design and print all these magazines. Then the text matter has been provided by the office in the London of the particular publishing company through the telecommunication facilities. How it is possible to send the text messages? Quite easily through the electronic mail or through any other possible means. We have discussed that there are various number of means from which the matter text can be provided. After the designing is done on a computer, that is another means. Once the computer, after printing, the magazine are sent by air to London. This is not by the information technology, but this is by the means of the transport. That magazine, once being printed and designed properly by the local company in Delhi, has sent it to the London, because the reader, those who will be reading, are mostly living in the London. Then even the payment for the work what has been done by the office in Delhi of designing and printing, the payment has been given through the internet banking. And then all these work, you can find that in this paragraph there are various work has been done through the IT, information and technology, as well as you can see that there is a high growth in the transportation, that through the air, by the means of air, we can send various goods to the other part of the world to have easily accessible, no matter in which part of the people are living. That is how, student, we could understand the role of our uh, IT sector, role of our transport as a factors of enabling globalization. There are few questions also, let us discuss, but I will expect you to give the answer. I think the one part is already being given answer. In the above example, underline the word describing the use of technology in production. Please read it yourself. We have already discussed that in the IT there are use of computer, internet, telecommunication, and I have given you an example of e-banking, internet banking. All are mentioned over here. You are supposed to only underline these things. Kindly use the pencil, not the pen, to underline this important part. How is information technology connected with the globalization? We have already discussed that because of information technology, these days it has become possible to pass the information instantly. These days it has become possible to communicate the things in a digital format, to place the order online, to place the order for eating food or getting the product from the various shopping website, shopping app. So that is how we can give various example. Choice is yours, what you are wanting to choose. Would globalization have been possible without expansion of IT? Globalization might have been possible, student, but quantum could not be as high that it could be considered into the category of globalization. The entire word globalization is based on the quantum of the trade, foreign trade and foreign investment. If IT could not be there, foreign trade and foreign investment may have been possible, but it might not be in a state, or it might not be in a state of high quantum what these days it is taking place or it is expected to rise in the future. On the same page, there are discussion going on between father and daughter. Father is telling something, but daughter is asking question. It looked like a very nice magazine. Magazine is very glossy, very good um, in the quality, and but why isn't my textbook? It may be the books is textbook is wanting to hint toward the NCRT textbook. I can hardly read the works in my book. Now, why this is? Because now you are getting the NCRT textbook in color format, but 20 years ago this book was not in color format. The quality of pages was not as good as it is today, and reason was that book was more inclined towards making it available for the all section of the student, be it rich or poor. That's why it was intended to keep its cost under the control. That is why father is telling that it is not the technology which is a hindrance for making such kind of glossy book for the school student. It is the cost. So the father is simply saying that this printing press is not for ordinary Indians. It means it is only meant for only those magazines used to get printed over here in this printing press, which are likely to be used by the rich section of society. I made this discussion only for your better understanding, but I think that you yourself can understand what actually it means. Our next heading is liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment. So the first question comes in the mind is, what is liberalization? In a simple manner, liberalization can be defined as removing of the barrier or restriction in the form of import tax or in the form of quota. Quota can be said as quantity of the imported item, to increase the foreign trade and foreign investment is called liberalization. I am repeating again because I said so many things in between to define you clearly. Removing of restriction or barriers on the import import tax or on the quota item to have more foreign trade and more foreign investment is called liberalization. There are various aspects about this liberalization of foreign trade and foreign investment policies, why it was introduced, what were the philosophies before, after independence and before 91, means the era of 1947 to 91, and after 91 till now. We shall be discussing one by one in this section. So let us begin. We will again try to redefine the liberalization as per your textbook, because after understanding the concept, this definition, what I said in the beginning, will be more clear to you. So let us start. Do you remember there was a section in which we discussed the example of Chinese toys? Little earlier we discussed the example of Chinese toys in the part 2 of this, or part 3, I don't remember exactly, part 3 it was, when we discuss about that after the import of Chinese toys started in our country, it was observed that due to the variety of choice in the toy segment and its competitive price, competitive means the price is lesser than the company available dealing in the toys in India. This Chinese companies dealing with the toys could outsmart the local companies, because we have already discussed that buyer want only two things: the product to be good in quality and its prices has to be as minimum as possible. So based on that criteria, all the local companies could not stand in front of the competition imposed by the Chinese company, and 70 to 80% of the toys market was controlled by the Chinese company. Now think in the opposite manner. Suppose if on the Chinese toys which was imported from China, if our government could have imposed a tax on that, what would be the effect on that? Number one, that now after the tax has been imposed, if anybody who wanted to import the Chinese toys for selling in the Indian market, they would supposed to pay more on each of the product, not to the company but to the government, but their overall expenditure could have increased. As a result, what would have been, these people who wanted to sell the Chinese product could have increased the prices, could have charged more on the consumer, and then the product, Chinese product, could be becoming costlier. What would have been the result of this? Then the customer might not have chosen the Chinese product as their favorite option. Rather, import of Chinese product could have been declined, and Indian toys company could have made more growth, or could possibly be becoming more prosperous. So this was one of the aspects. Now question is, what was this import tax? This import tax is called trade barrier, written in your textbook with the bold color. Trade barrier is simply means import on tax, and it is used by every country, every government, to restrict the quantum and the quantity, quantum or quantity, or any of the product coming into their countries. It can be restricted in two manner. I want to clarify again. Either the goods can be stopped by, either good can be discouraged by imposing high taxes by the government, or second option is that sometime government want its quantity to be restricted. It means to a certain quantity that goods can be allowed to come inside the country. Look, this is not new. Every country, every government used to do this. They used to impose taxes on import or export of the goods to regulate the trade taking place. The foreign trade means every government, just to regulate the foreign trade, impose the tax on the import, or impose the tax on the import as well as on the export. And student, sometime government also fix the quota for the product coming to our country, so that its unlimited quantity could not be imported. Now question is, why this is done by the government? What is the logic? The logic we shall be discussing in this manner, that suppose when this trade barrier was introduced, what happened? Chinese toys became costlier, and as a result, Chinese toys could not become the as popular product compared to the local toys, and that's how the local company could sustain the foreign competition. What happened, student? That when India attained independence in 1947 until the period of 91, Indian government put trade barriers on various products to be imported inside India in terms of its prices to be increased by imposing more taxes, or in terms of its quota or its quantity to be fixed by the government, so that excess amount of this product could not be available in the country. Why this was done? Let me tell you that in the 50s, 60s, 1950s to 1960s was the era when the new industries were about to come in the country. You can say it was in the infantry stage. And in the infantry stage, neither these companies were in possession of the modern technology in the process of production, nor they had the huge capital to have the large production to make sure that the per unit price of each product gets lesser and lesser. And they were also not in a state in the terms of marketing to compete with the already growing big companies of the world. So what government did? Government has imposed taxes so that the company's product, foreign company's product coming in our country can become costlier, and our local producer can get some opportunity to sell their own product and are not going to face the competition that can eliminate the Indian industry out of the eliminate these Indian industry in the country. Why this was done, as we discussed that it was the infantry stage. You can better understand this by taking your own example. I'm taking you back to when you were in the primary section or the pre-primary section. Remember that your parents used to come to school along with you when you were coming to the school, and they were always available when there was leaving time or from the school, because they were concerned about you. You were not in a state to come all alone. But does this situation exist even today when you are in 9th or 10th? You are yourself capable of coming to your school uh, either by bicycle or by van or by school bus. By any means you can come yourself. That is itself that you have grown up. What happened, student, in the early part, this facility was done because our industries, as we said, was there in infantry stage. It means it was not good enough. It was not good enough in the terms of the quality of the product, in the terms of the competitive prices, and in the terms of the modern available technology to be used by them. And as a result, what could have been if foreign products could be allowed to without having any restriction? All the foreign products, because they were considered to be cheap in prices and good in quality, could have dominated the market, and Indian companies could not survive. That's what I wanted to give you as an explanation. Only some essential items were allowed without any without any import tax or without any trade barrier, like fertilizer, like some of the modern machineries, or petroleum, which is not being produced to the larger extent, so it was required to be imported from other part of the world. This situation remained till the 91, until the government of this country has changed its policies, that is called industrial policy of 91. This portion is not written in your textbook. Just for the extra information, I want to clarify this point in your mind, that what happened, that there was lot of pressure. It was the year when there was US Iraq war which happened, and due to the various crises, the reserve of the government of India was very less. So government was compelled with with so many international pressures, and it was internal requirement also to open up our country for the foreign brands without any restriction imposed upon them or without any trade barrier. There was another logic also. After the 91, there was the era of liberalization, because trade barrier was taken back. Trade barrier was now not existing. Any product could become imported or exported by the choice of the people, by the businessmen, so that it was the era of liberalization. And why it was said, it was believed that if our Indian company will remain by the protection, by the artificial protection of the government, they will never grow, they will never improve their quality, because until unless they will not until unless they will not face the foreign competition, they will not be making their efforts in with the kind of intensity that is required to improve their quality. It was thought that once the foreign product will come, they will bring the modern technology. They will bring the product at the cheap prices, and then it will be made possible for the companies, for the local companies. Then it will be a kind of compulsion for the local companies also to somehow improve so that they can sustain in the competition. And that's how our entire policies has got changed. We have removed the trade barriers in most of the product in the category of the most in the category where most of the products included, leaving some exceptions. As I said, that there are some essential goods what India was not producing either, or not in the kind of quantity what was required by the consumer. So these products were allowed without these products were allowed. But those products which were earlier under the trade barrier, which were under the restriction to be imported or with the kind of quota set by the government, now they were also allowed. So you can say now, as per your textbook, let me read it. What is there? Liberalization has been defined that removing barriers or restrictions set by the government. Pay attention. Removing barriers or restrictions set by the government is what is known as liberalization. In simple means, we have liberalized our economy so that foreign companies can enter without the government's interfere. If they will come, they will indirectly put a pressure on our those companies, local companies and local producer who so far has remained under the protection from the government, so that they can come to the stage of competing with the foreign companies in terms of quality and in terms of price. But as they did not grow, because they felt that they are safe within the country and they will never face a kind of competition as called foreign competition, this trade barrier was removed. So these companies are now under the pressure to have their effort in the direction of bringing modern technology in the process of production, to somehow reduce the cost of each product, and also to bring the best of the quality which can match the standard of the foreign companies, so that only they can expect the buyers to purchase their product. That is how, student, we have completed this part. With the liberalization of trade, now businessmen are allowed to make decision without the interference of the government, as I already said. As well as there is one more condition, that offices can be established, factories can be established, and no import export to be restricted by the government. Only in some exceptional cases, still in some products there are quota which is being used for selling the for the product to be imported. It means government still want certain product to be coming in our territory with the limited condition. Student, this trade barrier we have discussed, but you will not read in terms of trade barrier. This is extra information I want to give you. You must have read the word custom duty. Custom duty means whenever any product crosses the boundary of one country and reach to the another country where consumers are likely to use that product, the government in both these country can impose certain tax, and that is called custom duty. There is a Hindi word for custom duty, that is called Seema Shulk, because it crosses the boundary. That is why this name is given. This is just an extra information. This same custom duty has been described over here as the trade barrier, which is only and only applied to the import. Although custom duty is for the export and import, but this trade barrier is limited only to the import of the product. There are some questions related to this. Let us discuss what are those. What do you understand by the liberalization of foreign trade? I think in this video I have repeated 3-4 times by all possible means, so that if you will listen it again and again, you will be able to redefine in the manner you are wanting. Second, tax on import is one type of trade barrier. We have already discussed that once the product is imported, government has put on the tax, that is a trade barrier. Government could also place a limit, that is called quota, as the number of goods that can be imported. This is known as quota. I have already discussed. Can you explain using the example of Chinese toys how quota can be used as trade barrier? Yes. Government in the early period or even in the present period can allow Chinese product to be bringing their product with limited number of quantities, so that Indian market is not going to be flooded with only Chinese product. Rather, there should be some scope for the Indian toy making companies to sell their goods. At the same time, government is expecting Indian toy company to bring the qualitative change in the production process by introducing the modern technology, by uh, making efforts to lower down the prices and provide the best of the quality, so that Indian customer can give equal attention to the Indian made toys, Indian products in all the category. Toy is just an example for you to understand. Do you think this should be used? We should be using it, but there are certain compulsion under the WTO, that is World Trade Organization. We are the member of this, and in the coming part we shall be discussing about that.